Welcome back to another tier list, everybody. This one is going to be also kind of different, like how the Mario Kart one wasn't necessarily a tier list. This one isn't necessarily, it is kind of a tier list, but Motionless in White, one of my favorite bands of all times. I love them. I like, I'd say like 90% of their stuff. So, let me put these in order, actually. There we go. So, I plan on ranking them kind of based on not exactly do I think like what is an S tier album, what's an A tier album. I'm gonna go in order of my favorites, and there's 5 tiers, but there's 6 albums, so we kind of have to, there's going to be a little bit of a tie, which works out because I think there is a little bit of a tie. People might be surprised what it is. So, to begin, we have Creatures. Now, Creatures is very good, I think. I like all of the songs, and it has a cover of Dragula on it by Rob Zombie, which I really enjoy. Like some of my favorite ones, they're all good. Immaculate Misconception, We Only Come Out at Night, London Terror, Abigail, City Lights, Puppets, I guess Undead, and the Dragula cover. I think the Dragula cover is actually pretty good. But I really like this album. But how it compares against the rest, if this is last, this is first place, I'm gonna put Creatures here. I just think it's super good. Not necessarily perfect, but really good. I think Motionless in White fans might be disappointed with my list, to be honest, but that's okay. I don't hate any of these. I listen to all of them. But honestly, moving on to Infamous. Infamous is, I think Infamous is front loaded. So you have Black Damask, which is good, Devil's Night, which is good, America, which is, it is good, I just got sick of it. Burned at Both Ends is like top 3 Motionless in White songs for me, and actually in their most recent album, Scoring the End of the World, they have Burned at Both Ends too, which is also really good. Burned at Both Ends is absolutely one of my favorite songs that they have. Unfortunately, I don't think the rest of the album holds up. The Divine Infection, Puppets 2 is good, but I think all the Puppets songs are good. If It's Dead We Kill It, I guess, but this isn't, again, I think it's front loaded up to like song 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 are really good, and then I guess If It's Dead We Kill It is okay. I don't think I ever skipped that song, but still, the rest of the album falls off, in my opinion. And some of the songs I think are kind of like, I wouldn't ever put them on to like show other people the band, like Hate Fuck, Underdog, and Infamous. I wouldn't show people that or listen to it around people unless they already liked Motionless in White or like liked this music. I'd play their good stuff, and honestly, the good stuff, quote unquote, I would say on this album is Devil's Night and Burned at Both Ends. Unfortunately, for people that like this, I think Infamous goes down here, and I think it's fair. There's like 4 songs that are really good, but then the rest of the album I'd rather put on something else. However, the next album that I'll play, the next album is what got me into Motionless in White in the first place. So the next album is Reincarnate, and the song Reincarnate is what got me into Motionless in White. To find new music, what I used to do before Apple Music was a thing was I'd literally like scour the iTunes store, right? I'd like go to a band that I knew of and then like scroll down to like similar artists and then just like listen to all the similar artists, like whatever their top couple songs were, like the little previews that iTunes gives you. And I stumbled across Motionless in White. I think I just liked whatever picture I saw, or maybe I was just like feeling like I want to listen to something new that I've never heard of before. I had already liked bands like Bring Me the Horizon, Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens at this point. So got to Reincarnate, listened to Reincarnate, and I was like, holy shit. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Reincarnate was exactly what I was looking for at the time, and this is a fantastic song. And actually, double down, because when I got into Motionless in White, Graveyard Shift was out too. So I listened to Reincarnate on repeat for a while and wanted to see what else they had. Graveyard Shift was out. I listened to Internally Yours and I was like, oh my god, a second banger. Like, okay, I'm into this band. I am hooked. It's not just like a one-off. It's like, I like this band. Then I finally started checking out their albums. Reincarnate, I think from beginning to end, is just so good. Death March has one of my favorite drum sequences ever. I mean, I can't recreate it right now, but they do it twice. There's like a breakdown where it's just drums and it's like boom, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da, and it sounds so cool. I love it. I never skip Death March. I never skip Reincarnate. I never skip any of the Puppets, but Puppets 3 is my favorite. There's Unstoppable is like the most. It's kind of like butt rocky. It's like stereotypical, like, I feel like it's like good gym music. It's like, will be unstoppable. So it's good. Everybody Sells Cocaine is a really fun song. And Contemporous, additionally with this album, Contemporous, I was like, I love that song. I was like, who the hell is Maria Brink? Looked at Maria Brink. She is from In This Moment. I started listening to In This Moment because of Motionless in White, because of the Reincarnate album. So like, this album's really good. Contemporous is like my second. It's like top 5 for songs for me. Number 1's a tie between The Ladder and 570, which we'll get to. Number 2 is definitely whatever I said before. Whatever I said before. It was Burned at Both Ends. That's like 2 or 3. Contemporous is up there. It's so good. Break the Cycle. Like, the 3-song, like, combo, Break the Cycle, Generation Lost, Dark Passenger. I think those songs, like, work together for some reason. I don't know why. Wasp is different. I feel like you have to be in the mood to listen to Wasp. And then also it has the first Dead as Fuck, which there are 2 Dead as Fuck songs, and they are hilarious. I feel like they're like funny Halloween songs. That's what they remind me of. Final Victim, or Dick Vitim, because it's spelled DICVIM, or VTM. It's weird. Whatever. Carry the Torch, and honestly, I think Cinematic, the acoustic Cinematic, is better than the regular Cinematic. But that being said, I think every song on this album is a hit, and I think it has to go up here. It has to. It deserves it. Not only does it deserve it, it's all good all throughout. Like, even the middle, the meat, is front-loaded. Well, the beginning is good. I wouldn't say it's front-loaded. The beginning is good, the middle's good, the end falls off a little bit, but by that point, you're at song number 10 out of 14. And then Carry the Torch comes on. And Dead as Fuck is in there, too. So it's just still good. There's gems. I have everything good to say about this album and nothing bad. But now, Graveyard Shift. So, Graveyard Shift, I think, is the opposite of Infamous, in that I think Graveyard Shift is backloaded. I feel bad saying this because I love Motionless in White. I think Rats is a bad song. I think Queen for Queen The only thing I like about Queen for Queen is the part where it goes, and we're Queen for Queen and move just like this, or whatever. I think that's fun to dance to. I think Necessary Evil is cringy. And then you get Soft, Untouchable, Not My Type, Dead as Fuck 2. The Ladder, Voices Loud, 570, which is the Ladder and 570. It goes back and forth. I used to run to these songs, like not just run, but like I would save the Ladder and 570 for the end of my run, because for like the last, not quarter of a mile, but like for the last eighth of a mile of my runs, I would sprint, and I would sprint to like either one of these songs, whichever one I'm feeling the day. I can't pick between them which one's my favorite. And then obviously Internally Yours at the end. Like I think it's backloaded for sure. The first 3 songs, it's not that I just think they're bad, which stinks, and like that's what the album starts off with. However, it does have Eternally Yours. And here's the thing, I'm gonna put it, should I put it above Creatures? I'm not gonna put it above Creatures, because I think all of Creatures' songs are good, some better than others. I genuinely think the first 3 songs of Graveyard Shift are bad. Rats, Queen for Queen, and Necessary Evil, which sucks because Necessary Evil has Jonathan Davis in it from Korn, but it's bad. I just think it's bad. And then Not My Type, Dead as Fuck 2, that song is hilarious. That song is like a goofy Halloween song, and I love it. I live for that. It'll cheer you up if you listen to it. It's kind of about having sex with dead bodies, but it's kind of like it's a song about having sex with dead bodies in the same way that The Corpse Bride is about a guy marrying a dead woman, you know? It's not morbid and necrophilia, it's like silly. But unfortunately, we do have to go to Disguise next, and I have feelings about Disguise. So, Disguise, by the time this came out, I was a huge fan of the band already. I got like the Disguise like fan thing. It came with a CD, a poster, a banner of the album guy, this little guy holding his face, like a huge banner too, like it's a really big banner, like it's a little too big. And then it came with, I got a jacket, I got the Ricky Horror jacket, the varsity jacket, which is sick. I fucking love it. The only bad thing about it is I was bigger when I bought it, so now it's too big for me. But I still have it, I'm gonna keep it forever. Here's the thing about Disguise. I think I'm not a fan of most of the songs, and that makes me sad because I think the songs are fine, but it's not even that it's front or back loaded and like you can pick a side of the album you like I pick and choose. So like Disguise, I think Disguise is a fine opening song. Headache, let me look. Headache is good. Code, the thing about Code is that you can hear, I feel like you can hear Linkin Park in there. Like there's Linkin Park influence, that's what I think. I 100% grew out of Linkin Park. Linkin Park was the very, very first heavy band I ever listened to as a kid, and I loved it. The first time I listened to Crawling, it blew my mind, but I personally grew out of that style, and Code reminds me of Linkin Park, and I don't like it. I think Thoughts and Prayers in Legacy are, they feel like basic metalcore music. Like I feel like Thoughts and Prayers and Legacy could have been written, like if you take Motionless and White like out of the fucking credits, you could just like let someone pick a metalcore band that those songs were written by. Undead Ahead 2, I have no opinion on that song. Holding On to Smoke I put in the same category as Thoughts and Prayers and Legacy. Like, besides the fact that Chris Motionless's voice is so iconic, I feel like you could give this song to any metalcore band and it'll work. Now, Another Life, That song is very good. That song makes me sad. I think it's a really good, like, sad song. Like, heavy in the sense that it's metalcore, but it's sad, and it's very good. There's a reason that I'm pretty sure Another Life, let me look at this. I think Another Life is at the top. It's like their most listened to song, at least in Apple Music. Let me look right now. Motionless and White. Yeah, Another Life, and funny enough, Disguise as well. Another Life is their most listened to song on Apple Music. It is so good. Broadcasting from Beyond the Grave is fun. Brand New Numb feels like a rock song, almost like a pop song. And then Catharsis is good too. So I think I like 4 out of 11 songs on this album, and I have to put it here on the same tier as Infamous. I'm sorry, but I have to. And well, let's go to scoring The End of the World. So I might do some rearranging now that I'm here thinking about scoring The End of the World. I think this is a great album. There's like a couple songs I don't like. Meltdown's good. Sign of Life, great. I think Werewolf is great. Werewolf reminds me of like 9 Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, industrial type of music, and I think that's cool. I like Werewolf. I know me and Doobie, when this album came out, it came out last year in 2022. As soon as it came out, me and Doobie listened to it like nonstop, and we would go back and forth on what we liked. He doesn't like Werewolf at all. I like Werewolf. Porcelain, I think, is another great sad song. I love sad songs. Music that makes me feel something. There's just listening to music and rocking out, right? But then there's like music that'll make you feel sad. Like you listen to that song and you feel sadness, like genuine sadness or genuine anger or genuine, like it motivates you, like something that makes you feel something. I'm such a sucker for it, and Porcelain makes me feel that. Slaughterhouse, it has Brian Garris from Knocked Loose in it. It's a fantastic song. It was like a single for this album, and it should be. Like, Slaughterhouse is great. I don't care if it's like pandering or whatever. Like, oh, of course the most popular song is like the best one on the album. It is. Masterpiece is great. Cause of Death is great. We Become the Night feels like butt rock, to be honest. I don't like butt rock, and it feels like butt rock. Burned at Both Ends 2, that's my favorite song on this album. It is. I like Burned at Both Ends 1. This is the sequel. It's close with Porcelain. It's really close, but Burned at Both Ends 2 is my favorite. Broadcasting from Beyond the Grave, Corpse Nation, that's also a fun song. Cyberhex, I think, is good. It's good. I'll say it's good. Red, White, and Boom makes me cringe, which stinks because Caleb Shomo is in it, and I think that is... I think Caleb Shomo is from Beartooth. Let me just double check this real quick. He's an American musician. Yeah, he's from Beartooth. And he's a former lead vocalist, keyboardist, and backing of Attack Attack. So, like, Caleb Shomo is, like, an important person. And it kind of stinks that he's Beartooth. He's Attack Attack. He is on this song. And this song is so cringy. Red, White, and Boom. And then, actually, the song that the album's named after, Scoring the End of the World, has Mick Gordon in it. And he's the guy that did the Doom music. So, with all that said, hopefully I put some sort of visuals. Because, like, for me, I was looking at iTunes while that was happening. And this, I might have to do some rearranging. Because I think I'm going to put Scoring the Edge of the Earth here. And I'll move this up here. Actually, that. I'll do that. Because Disguise... I dislike most of the album. Infamous is front loaded. Graveyard Shift is back loaded, but like it like starts, the backloading kind of like starts in the middle. Scoring the End of the World is good all throughout, with a few misses. I think there's only 2 misses for me, to be honest. Creatures is all the classics. I mean, of course it's their first album, but like I think Creatures has like the most classics on it, Because, like, I feel like you could say Infamous could have classics on it too, but it doesn't. Because it's old enough. And then Reincarnate is just, like, it is their best album. You know, it's like the Black Album for Metallica. Like, if you want someone to listen to the band, you give them Reincarnate, and you say, listen to this, and then they'll become a fan. And that's it. Love it or hate it, that's what we got. Motionless in White, I love that band. I like all these albums. I listen to them constantly. But this is where I would have to order them.